What will happen to Mike Meyden in prison? The guy who drugged his daughter's friends at a sleepover, all under the age of 12 years old. This piece of shit Mike Meyden, chomo, fucking pedophile scumbag, just didn't get caught. That's it, just didn't get caught. I guarantee if you do a little research, you'll find some fucked up shit behind his name. This piece of shit chomo puts these little girls' guard down. Yeah, let's go out and get pizza and get our nails done. And they come home. Yeah, it's sleepover time. I'll make smoothies. Put a bunch of Xanax and benzos in there and drugs these poor little girls. Now, thank God that they all felt something and one of the girls reached out to her people, this 12-year-old little girl, and they came immediately to get her the fuck out of there. And not only her, which I was glad to hear, is they said, we're bringing all these girls with us and we're calling the police. This motherfucker said, nah, they're okay. They're sleeping. Wouldn't even let them see their daughter for about 5 minutes. Could you imagine being a mother or father in that second? That'd be it. Goodbye. I'd be doing life right then and there. You're not going to let me see my daughter? What? So the girl says, as they're leaving, that the dude was acting real weird. The smoothies made him all like blacking out. And he would come down periodically and like wave his hand in their face, feel if they were breathing. One girl said she pretended to be asleep watching him do it to her friends. Well, obviously she called her family. They came and got her, called the cops, went to the hospital, got the toxicology report, checked their bodies and everything, and found out this motherfucker drugged them. Well, they came and arrested this pedophile piece of shit's ass. Now, this scumbag, thank God he got stopped, because who knows how horrific it would have been. Just ruins your daughter's entire social life for the rest of her life that she lives with you. But that's not the worst thing that's going to happen to you. You see, when a dude has these weird charges, he really wanted to do some real sick demonic shit. I mean, what he did was, but he had something else in mind. And you go to prison with these charges, and people are looking at your paperwork or your cellmates looking you up. They're not really understanding what this means. So they reach out to the officer or they reach out to somebody at home on the cell phone to look you up a little further. And that's when they start telling you what he did. And that's when you really find out how sick this motherfucker is, trying to act like it was nothing, just a misunderstanding. And you'll have a guy in there that's doing 15 years for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. And this guy will get like 3-5 years mandatory. You're going to have a guy that's been locked up for 10 years, 15 years for some stupid ass shit, looking at this guy thinking, man, that could have been my daughter. That could have been my kids in there. And he's going to end up beating this man half to death and then make him pay rent for the remainder of his bid. And when I say pay rent, it's a nice way to get extorted. Because when they look him up, they're going to say, oh, this dude's got money. He got a high-powered lawyer, nice house. Okay, so we're going to beat the shit out of him, take all his food, and when he gets out, we'll just send somebody to his house to make a payment every single week. Yes, that's how it goes. When you hurt kids, but you don't have those fucked up charges that kind of keep you away from general population, you're going to be around everybody. So you're going to have to lie to everybody, but eventually they'll realize what you did, and that's when the extortion happens at a high level. And it'll start off in the prison. Then they'll see you're getting money every week. Then, you get released, and that's when they send one of their friends to your house, and you make that payment every single week. See, that's what happens when you fuck around with kids and you run into these organizations. They hate that shit. And nobody will give a fuck. What are you going to do? Run and say, these guys are extorting me? They're going to say, oh, aren't you that guy that drugged those little girls at the sleepover? That's going to be his life until he dies. But let's keep an eye on this piece of shit, because I promise you there's skeletons in his closet, and he is so close to reoffending again. Hopefully nothing happens. They can get him in prison and get him around some motherfuckers that are going to show him a real lesson before anything bad happens. Stay out, stay free. Us.